We've talked over various videos in the past about how we want to take the stairs. We don't want to take the elevator on the way up. We're cool taking the elevator on the way down, but we want a balanced, prolonged recovery off the lows. We don't want an extreme rally that gets met with a lack of an incremental buyer and then an extreme pullback. We want to take the stairs. We want a highly contested market that can slowly get off the mat in a very calm way. And I'm still convinced we're getting that. But if there's a little bit of a pullback from here, I'm not going to be surprised. I attached an image of the QQQ chart for the last month as the picture for this video. And you can see two very clear steps. And, just going off those steps, the environment hasn't changed very much in the past several weeks. It is certainly possible we go down to begin another step. Nothing extreme, just natural taking the steps. We've had a lot of people come in the past couple days. Maybe some people are going to flow out in terms of selling or just not be buying as hard and trying to see what happens. Ultimately, I am convinced the bottom is in, and let me explain to you why. Yesterday, Target put out some pretty negative news. They are essentially compressing their margins near term. And a lot of people are most concerned about the near term. They're compressing their margins near term, and they recently just had a quarter where they sold off 20%. So you add that on top, they're right back down to those quarter report lows. However, the stock rallied roughly 6% off of the lows of yesterday. They were down 9% at the open yesterday, and they closed the day down 3%. So from down 9% to down 3%. It's a 6% rally off those levels. 3% is very modest downside level, especially for some margin compression. So we're seeing the market, at least in individual names, not be able to hold extreme outcomes. That was not true for a period of time. For a period of time, we just had extreme selling building on itself, leading to more extreme selling. What could have happened yesterday is Target could have put out that announcement, and then the stock extremely sold, and then more extreme selling came in, and then more extreme selling came in, but that was not the case. We saw the extremity in the pre-market when volumes are meaningfully lower. The market opens, it opens at the lows and then moves up. I think that's a good thing. I think we want to see bad news come in and extremes not hold, and things level out, be a little bit more calm, realize that a lot of the extremity playing, the fear of a massive crash, has already occurred. And why do I say it's already occurred? I actually think there is some qualitative aspects to this. A lot of people were concerned and trying to get out ahead of what could be a major crash, some sort of 0809 dot-com bubble style thing where the S&P 500 can pull back 50%. We're not even close to that. We're down roughly at the lows 20%. However, nobody wants to wait for it to get 49% to avoid the 50%. They want to do that move as soon as possible. As a result, over the past several weeks and months, we've had hedge funds be negative. They are kind of outperforming the market I've seen, but down a lot. A lot of people are redeeming their money. A lot of hedge funds did blow up. The combination of those two forces certainly exacerbates the selling. When people redeem their money, the hedge fund has to sell the stock to give the cash to the person redeeming. That builds on itself. When the market's going down, boom, 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 hedge funds losing so much, they can't pay their employees, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They close shop, they sell everything. So I think a lot of that stuff is done. And we're seeing that in the price action of things like Target yesterday. It did not hold the extreme. So ultimately, I think we're in a period where we have to get rid of extremes. We can't acknowledge or accept an extreme bullish scenario right now. The White House just said that inflation is going to come in elevated. That sucks. We're going to see what that number is, but we can't get extremely bullish Conversely, we're getting negative news and we're seeing extremely bearish stock reaction in something like Target that actually impacted the entire market and it not hold. And things return to more normal levels. So let's not play the extremes. I don't think the extremes are going to hold. If we start to see them develop, I think that's when they stop. So we might see a pullback the next couple of days. You're going to see on Twitter everyone throwing in the towel. And typically when that happens, it might just be another local bottom. It might just be a dip. Okay, another stair. We're going to take the stairs up, I assume, and I hope, honestly. Hope is not a strategy, but I'm not talking about my strategy. My strategy is to buy well-priced stocks and be patient and not be aggressively in margin. That, I think, is a very good strategy. But what I think is going to happen in terms of technical price action stuff, and what I hope does happen, is that we get a little bit of a pullback, we get some more towel throwing in, people on the smallest cent of downside getting so worked up about additional downside. I see this all over Twitter. I mean, it's mind-blowing. The market pulls back 10 minutes before the close, and people are talking about how bearish it is because the market moved like 0.2%, 20 basis points in the last 10 minutes of trading. I mean, that's not what matters here. So we want to see that towel throwing. We want to see people ready to just dump, because we can tell already that the force of that is waning. So hopefully we get a little bit of a pullback. We can get, every time we get a little bit of a pullback and we get that kind of reaction, it allows us to get back to the upside because those sellers have sold and now they're in cash. So more cash on the sidelines. That's a good thing. We'll see what happens. We got to just hang tight, not worry about the extremes because we're seeing the extremes not work. And that's today's video. Until next time, peace out.